What do we have behind me? For all of you watching this video that don't know who I am, I'm EB Shiny, or EB. I mainly stream Magic the Gathering content for that. We're gonna change it up a little bit on the channel. It's getting towards the end of summer. I'm getting really good deals on motorcycles, fixing them, flipping them, and doing that. That leads to me playing more Magic and spending more money for Magic. But we're gonna start posting a lot of different content, not just Magic. Behind me, I have a 2001 Yamaha FZ1. It's a first gen. Got it for a steal off a coworker. It's got a couple of things wrong with it. Got it for a deal. I already ripped off the front fairing, the side fairings, the headlight. Going through the wiring harness. The brake calipers were seized. The front ones, we popped them off. We think there's a wiring issue, but that's fine. We're going to get to it. I'll show you in a little bit what we're going to do. He knows it needs a rectifier and a stator and clutch, but we have a solution for that. Out back that I just picked up as a parts bike. We're going to go tear some parts off it, and then later on in this video I'm probably going to organize the garage to get it ready for this build. Normally I build in my garage, but I really don't do big bikes. I usually do the mini motos, so like your Groms, your Grom clones. Like I got a Grom clone that I can show. Right after this clip, I'll show you my little Boom Vader that I stunted out, and we'll show you that. Maybe I'll get another one for the winter because I know the wife is going to be taking her license next year, so she's not riding dirty anymore. But I'll show you the Boom Vader, everything I did with that. This is what you do with your Magic family. You go out to Chinese and you all play 3-card Monte. So, this is my 2020 Boom Vader Grom clone. The only difference between the clones and the actual Groms is the Groms are fuel injected. This is carbureted. You do got to mess with the carb. It is not that bad. I am telling you right now. We're going to be doing carbs on the FZ1, so you'll learn a little bit about that. So what I got is I got the 12 o'clock and the sliders from ZZ Customs. It also comes with the light bar that's on it. Pipes off Amazon. The clutches, brake levers, bars, shifter, lights, everything else is off of Amazon. It's dumb easy to customize these things. They are really fun. I got it because I picked them up. You can pick them up brand new for like $1,500, and I probably spent another $500 on the cage and all the other accessories for the price that you could pick up a Grom for. They're cheap, they're fun. I pay $100 a year for insurance. $50 are registered every year, so it bebops around with everybody. I'll get in a little closer so you can see everything. And so, like I said, the aftermarket exhaust is from Amazon. It came from headers all the way down to the tailpipe. Axle sliders are from ZZ. Same thing with the 12 o'clock bar. The other thing that I did change was the spark plug, and I changed it to a Mikuni carb with a pod filter. Did the side markers that just stick on with a little 3M tapes. Adjustable brake levers, Amazon Pro Taper grips, knockoff Pro Taper bars, 1-finger clutch, a bell just to make fun of people when I'm driving by, a shifter off a KLX 110. It is a little loud. I know this microphone's picking it up because this microphone's insane. But yeah. All right, so this is a 2002 FZ1. All right, so this was definitely evolved in a nice little accident, as you can see. But when I found it on Facebook Marketplace, the gentleman was about to send it to the scrapyard. So I asked him what did he want for it. He told me, I got a broken foot, and come and pick it up and take whatever you need. Well, he said, come take whatever you need. And then I asked him how much he wanted for the whole thing, and he said, just take it. I don't need it. So, me being the cheap portier I am, I took it. So, here's the thing. I don't need everything off this bike. I just need the triple tree, the radiator. I'm going to steal the wiring harness to see if that deals with some of my issues that I'm having with the other bike. Because if I didn't say it already, that other bike was stolen twice. So, the tip over sensor's broken, so I'm not going to use that. But we're going to rip the radiator out. I'm going to take the gas tank off, probably put it on Facebook Marketplace. The triple tree is going to come off. We're going to take the clutch out. The only bad thing about this bike is the stator is already gone and rectifier, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. But we're going to come in here. I'm going to take this tank off first, take off the side plastics that are broken. We're going to pull some of this wiring harness through. It does have aftermarket pod filters on it, on the carburetor, so I might steal this carburetor and put it in that bike. But we'll see. We shall see. So let's start ripping this thing apart. I'm going to... This kit that you can get at Harbor Freight for like 10 bucks, that's got pretty much everything you need to take off a bike. I got screwdriver with me. I have a 160 piece Craftsman set that I've had forever. An empty bucket for the gas that's in the gas tank, because we're going to drain that. And then we're going to start ripping this wiring harness apart, taking some of this stuff off. I'm just hoping the triple tree is perfect for what I need it for. And we'll see. So let's get into this. My bucket. If you have a pool, you usually have a bucket at the end of the year like I do. You get a lot of empty buckets. A lot of the sheet metal and stuff, and plastics that are broken, we're just gonna make a pile. All the plastics and stuff are gonna get recycled. We're gonna put them in the recycling bin. So like this plastic that's fallen off, we're gonna recycle all this stuff. Anything that's good, I'm most likely gonna put on Facebook Marketplace. These side covers, I know they're very sought after. I might save these to put on the other bike to do a little bit of a color swap. The radiator ends, one of them scratched on that side, so I might keep them. I know we're gonna have to either JB weld the radiator mount back on this one, but it's fine. Other than that, there's two things that I really like to use. I like to use these like buffet trays style things that you use for like Thanksgiving and Christmas. I just keep it under the bike, so when we're taking gas and stuff like that out, at least it has a place to go and you're not making a mess out of wherever you're working. I also do have the pig mats and stuff like that. So let's grab this. Hopefully I have the right size. If not, it's in the garage. I think it's in the garage because I'm a knucklehead. I might have it in the Craftsman set. Yeah, you can go to Harbor Freight and get one of these. I mean, I've had this since high school, this Craftsman like 170 piece set. I've used it pretty much half my life, between home projects, between when I went to tech school. I've used it a lot. A lot. That will fit, so I don't gotta go in the garage. Yeah, this bike wasn't a fatality. I got it from a guy that that's all he does is he buys crash bikes. He buys crash bikes, and he takes everything they need before they go to the crusher, and then whatever he can't fix, it goes to the crusher, or whatever he can't make profit off of by flipping parts and stuff like that, he'll take what he can and salvage what he can from a bike, and then send them off to greener pasture. And they'll be Coke cans later. But I I was thinking about doing that as well. We can do that. We can go to a couple of the places that he told me that are around here that you can go and get these crashed up bikes. My biggest thing is I will never buy one that had a fatality. And they have to tell you when you buy them if it was a fatality. So, all right. Let's get this CPU out. It's actually not that bad. The bracket's bent, but we're going to cut our bracket on the other one anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's bend that up. Pretty good. It's actually nice. All right, let's get this off. It should be a 10 mil. This can go back in here. I actually don't know what this part is. I'm gonna have to look it up. Ripping this whole thing apart, and it will 95% of it will be getting chopped up to be put. This will be, it will all be going to the scrapyard. Mine will, the frame and stuff like that. Or I got another fun project that I could do, but I really don't feel like doing it. It's an Australian four-wheeler that I got sitting, but I really don't know if I want to take the time and the effort of, I might just do that with the other bike. I might just weld that onto here. So I'm going to save this frame. Let's tip this gas tank up. So now I can move the bars. It's going to be a little fun getting this gas tank off. That goes right into the fuel filter. So if you can see, I'm looking at right now. So you got your petcock that shuts the gas on and off. Gas is off. You got all your breather tubes that go down. So those are your breathers. We'll take these off. I'll save those. Up here, which is out of frame, up here is where the wire goes for your tank. It's a green little wire that looks like this. I already unplugged it. I'm going to slide this all the way back. And we're going to try not to make a mess. So, there is a lot of gas in this. So, let me get a pair of pliers. It's probably going to smell like gas for a little bit on the back porch, but that's fine. My wife's used to it. She's used to me coming home with silly projects. Get that pan under there just in case this does leak. This does leak. Oh, that's supposed to be off. That's great. I'm gonna smell like gas. Oh yeah, that petcock stuck. That's good. I love the smell of gas. Does anybody else love the smell of gas? So that's on. Let's try to turn this petcock. Okay. Now it should be off. Hey, would you look at that? The gas still smells fresh in this thing too. It's weird. Alright, let's get this tank off. Let's get this tank off. It should be two 10mm bolts. I'm actually going to use the big boy. Note to self, don't wear your good true religion jeans taking apart this bike for next video. Right in the gas. What you can also do too is sometimes what I'll do when I'm doing projects like this and I taking stuff off is I'll take a piece of cardboard and a Sharpie, and like I would legitimately put gas tank bolts and then take it all off. So now the gas tank's off, and it's full of gas that I have laying around. Pick up this heavy old gas tank. Find out where the petcock is again. This thing is full of gas, and we're gonna drain it into this bucket. This bucket has been washed out, so it should be fine. Right, that petcock's on. I'm not going to bore you with sitting here and watching a gas tank drain. Now that that's set up and it's draining, let's get back into this. Now that the gas tank's pulled off, let's start running this wiring harness through, trying to figure out where everything's getting plugged in and unplugged. Yeah, so let's get this wiring harness out, and then we'll probably pull the carbs. All right, these wiring harnesses is plugged into 17 million different places. So this is your tip over sensor. Let me take that out, and I'll show you a fun little trick you can do with these tip over sensors. So if you're doing what the professionals do with these tip over sensors, I should say. Professionals in a closed course do a lot of wheelies, and these tip over sensors are infamous if you are at the 12 o'clock position for shutting off your bike. There's a little magnet in here that will shut your bike off if it assumes that you're tipped over. But we'll save that for later, and I'll show you how to take that off. We'll show you how to modify that per se. But I already messed with the back of the back tail lights because there is none. So we're gonna take that off. That's already off. Fuel line is off. Glad I'm a dipper and not a smoker, because we'd be making some fuego over here. All right, so let's get this wiring harness out. That's a tail light that I don't need. These plastics are messed up. Alright. Let's fish this out. That plugs out. That's out. Let's try to bend that a little bit. You can take the back wheel cover off, mud flap, whatever you want to call it, but I'm not gonna do it. Ain't worth the time or aggravation. I'll just pop the clip out. That's out. That's out. That's out. That's out. I get to run to, I'm assuming, the fuel pump. So I need to go on that side, unclip a wire there. All this stuff. There's a plug here. That gets bolted to the frame. This comes up and goes to, I don't know what. Probably stuff for the motor that's not plugged in anymore. I don't know what these go to. That's not plugged in. That's cool. That That goes down to the radiator fan. That goes to the radiator. We got some clutch cables and doodads and shoodads. What are these? That goes to something. Oh, that's the battery. That's the negative to the battery. All right. That's the negative to the frame. So good, I got another negative. We'll take that out. All of these go down to whatever this unit is. That's not the right size. Can you guys see? Okay, you guys can see that. So let's take this cover off and see what's behind door number. Oh, geez, maybe. We'll see what's behind door number 1. Fun fact, if it's on tight like that, grab a ratchet and you should have a socket. I'll tell you exactly what size it is because I can't remember. Take a 1/4-inch drive socket, put your bit in it, and then we do the smart thing and put it in the breaker bar, and now it comes loose. And then you can also use this as a screwdriver. Ask me how I know, because I've used it many times as a screwdriver. All the bolts and stuff for this bike, I'm not going to scrap, I'll save. Same thing with like the extra brake levers and clutches and stuff like that. I'll save for my personal. And if I do end up selling it, I will give it to whoever buys it. Right now, the reason why I bought it is because the kid's in a hard place, and he needed a place to store it. So I said, yeah, you bring it by the house, store it at my house. And then he goes, I think about selling it. I said, well, let me know before you sell it. Let me know how much you're selling it for, and we'll work something out. And he told me the price, and I said sold. And then me being the Facebook market junkie that I am, it's always on Facebook, I found this one. So half the money I was going to spend on parts is already here. So I said, what the hey? And then I'll have some scrap money in a week as soon as everything's done. So let's take this thing off, and it's good because I need the neutral safety switch that's behind here too. So got a lot of parts that I needed. Got a lot of stuffs and things that I needed. We might have to take off this case. Please be the same size, sir, that I already have out. Yes, it is. But nice Saturday afternoon. Spent some time with the family. Was at work earlier. Yes, I still work a 9 to 5. Still do, unfortunately. Worked some overtime today. Got home, threw the pool cover on. And dropped my stepdaughter off at her other grandparents. And then got something to eat with the wife and the baby. Then decided, you know what the hey, I was going to work on the bike. It's nice and cool out. It's not too warm. So let's give working on this motorcycle a chance. I was going to do it anyway, so like I said, my buddy said I should click record, so Renault, if you're watching, I click record. Just getting this clutch lever off. should just unscrew and pop off. So we can pop all this stuff off. Drop that down, pop that off. We will actually label these because I don't want to lose them, because I know myself. I know myself too well to know that I will lose this, and I will go, I know I had another one of those. Where did it go? And of course the bit's stuck in it. Wow, that's a nice tight fit. Let's put the screw back in this. I got to do some research. I have the parts book that a lot of you kids probably don't even know are a thing, unless your dad knows. I got the parts and manual book for this, so it legitimately tells me how to take this whole bike apart, which is a good thing. So I don't have to sit here and look on the interwebs. I can just flip through a book and attempt to read. Now that that clutch is free, let's get this plate off. I think I probably will run these because they are sick and they're not in bad shape. I don't know about the other side, but I know they're very sought after in the FZ community. Did a lot of research on this bike before I bought it, because I've never really messed with crotch rockets. I've messed with a lot of Hondas and stuff like that. I've bobbed them out and chopped them up. Never really crotch rockets. But a bike's a bike. Figured ride it for the rest of the summer or the beginning of next summer. Ride it around a little bit, tool around on it, and then flip it. Join all my friends with their Harleys. See what critters are living in here. Yeah, a lot of my friends ride Harleys. So I'm the oddball that likes bobbers and mini motos and stuff like that. But they really don't give me too much gripe about it when they're riding the grime around and banging all the way up to 4th gear and doing wheelies and teaching their wives how to drive and ride. All right, so that's the cover for the back clutch plate. I might keep that because it's in pristine. I might sell it. I don't know. We'll see. It'll go in the good pile. The sprocket actually is pretty decent on this, so I might take the sprocket off it. All right, so now that that's all off, let's push that shifter back. So now at least I can get my hand back there. All the wiring and stuff that's over here. See what I need to unplug for this wiring harness, which I'm not seeing much. Huh? What do you go to? Am I going nuts? Why is there throttle cables down here? What? Oh, that's the kick. So the kickstand wire that goes there. That's for the kickstand. Can you unplug that? I might have to use this kickstand. All right, that's that. What do you go to? Where are you disappearing to? You go to something down there too. Huh, that might be the oil indicator. throttle on this thing is sick. So I'm probably, what does this boot go to? Oh, you go to right there. All right. So I'm gonna need a, good thing I'm recording this because I'm gonna need to take pictures of this stuff to figure out where half of this stuff goes. So when I'm pulling this carb off here shortly or tomorrow, I can remember where things go. I don't know what this stuff goes to. We'll find out shortly. Oh, I see what they did. I see what they did. So what is that other? Oh, that must go to the brakes. Those must be. So this is brake. So that's brake cable to something. This must be the choke. That must be the choke cable. Yep, that is the choke. So that's the choke cable. Ooh, wire tie. Save those. So that's the choke, I'm assuming. Right? Yeah, because the choke would have been on this side. The choke would have been on this side. That's fine. Probably save the lever. Only because you can never have enough levers. But I'm most likely going to put a one-finger clutch on the bike anyway. I'm probably going to take it off the Grom because the girls have been riding it a lot more. And their little hands can't... their little hands are not strong enough to pull that one-finger clutch. Well, they're strong enough. They're just... it's too small for them. What the heck are you? What is that? Go to. That goes somewhere. That goes here. Down. So that must be the rear brake. Oh, this thing might have had ABS. I don't know if mine does. I don't know. It's new bikes, new things, new stuff and toys. So we got a lot of stuff apart here. Breather. The only thing that makes me nervous is this idle adjustment is a little wonky. A little wonky. And we're running out of daylight, so might take this carb off. I don't want to take the carb off yet. I honestly want to take some pictures and figure out. I wonder if. So that was there. What were you going to? You were going to something. So that looks like an evap. This looks like it got cut. So we might need to, yes. Always try to put stuff back and see where it came from. Alright, so this was somewhere. But this was in here like this. So when we get this carb apart, I'm assuming, let's take these boots off. These boots were made for walking. And that's just what they'll do. You can tell whoever had this bike before me cleaned the pods on here. Boop, boop. Alright. These carbs are actually pretty clean from what I can see. They're moving actually pretty good, so these might these pod filters might clean up nice too. We'll get them a little cleaned up later. Let's put this here. All right, so that breather hose goes to here. So I know I'm gonna need this. And that's connected to the harness. So let's unscrew this here. And I promise, if you guys like these videos, and a lot of you guys watch them, me sitting in the backyard pulling stuff apart and trying to figure out how to life on a budget, doing the crazy stuff I do, I'll coerce my baby brother to come over and be my filmer, so you guys get up close and personal with me. Like, I already know this back camera's in my armpit, but yeah, I'll get my little brother to come over and help me film, so I'm not sitting here with two cameras trying to explain what I'm doing or doing stuff one-handed. See how this slides move. Oh, dude, these lifters are nice. Nice. All right. Perfect. Okay. All right. That's awesome. I wonder if this thing will start. I wonder if it would start. No, it doesn't have a rectifier in it. I don't know if it will start without a rectifier in it. Definitely need to get a new pod filter for that side. Holy cow. We might be able to straighten it back out. Run it. Just run it. The insides of these are pretty clean. Alright, so we know we're keeping these because they go to the carburetor. They're K&Ns too. So, clean them up. Get them looking nice. Even this breather right here is a K&N. That's attached to the wiring harness, so I'm not worried about it. That needs to come off. This needs to come off. This needs to get cut. Might save these. Probably take the spark plugs off too, just to see what they look like. But yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Screwdriver, let's pop this off from the frame. That's off, that's off. Let's unplug that. Unplug that. Unplug that one. So that side's done. Honestly, I should just be able to. Let's see if I need a knife or if I can just slide that off. Slide that zip tie off. Slide these two. Slide that off. Might need to cut this one, but we'll see. Nope, just unzip it. Keep that. Now that's off. Don't know what that goes to, so let's just unplug it. Maybe. Maybe we can just unplug it? Is there a clip? Ah, there's a clip. I promise, once I get somebody to film, you guys will see what I'm doing. I know it's kind of hard. There's a weird clip. There you go. All right. So this side of the wiring harness is free. Besides whatever this is hooked to, which I think is the rod fan. The rod out of fan. All right, let's unplug that from the radiator fan. Oh, I think that might be the throttle body control. Only thing about having big hands, you got big socks. Only thing about having big hands is you got big socks. I hate these clips. You know, somebody, I'm assuming it's out there because people make shit all the time, but somebody needs to make it easier way for these clips to come off when you can't get your fat bear paws in here to unplug it. Like me right now, struggling and almost stabbing myself with a screwdriver. I had the same issue last week at my work when the alternator decided to go in my truck. I couldn't get the pigtail for my alternator off because my hands were too big. But eventually you figure it out because you adapt and overcome, like I am trying to do right now. Oh, okay, that one's done. So I wonder if I stick my finger in here and poke this. That's what she said. Stick my finger in there, poke this. Try not to stab myself with a screwdriver. Try not to give myself an ouchie. Screwdriver, don't give me an ouchie, please. Woo! Something happened. It's coming a little loose. Who knows how long this bike was sitting in the salvage yard too. So that's always a thought of my mind. Can I just snap this thing off? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. It's just a rubber boot. Let's get the wiring harness out there so I don't cut it. Kids, don't cut towards yourself like I'm doing. Wow, that's rubber. All right, will you come off now? How about now? How about now? All right, that should come off now. Unless it's screwed. Nope, it's not screwed on. All right. Put the pointy object away so I don't hurt myself. Now I should be able to take this whole wiring harness out. Or get it to a place where I can stick my hand in. Let me go to the other side of the bike. Again, these clips aren't meant for people with big hands. That is for sure. And it doesn't help that the front end of this bike is mangled. Stay. No. That's fine. All right. ADHD mechanic at its finest. Where's my pointy thing? Let's clean up some of this stuff on the ground, put some of the tools back. I'm going to work on the triple tree because that's aggravating me. So, the tank sounds like it's almost done. That's good. All right, what size are these triple trees? Not that size. So like I said, I'm going to work on this triple trees. And for those of you that don't know, if you don't have a Allen key head, you can always use a Torx bit wrench with it as well. It will come off, I promise. Instead of taping nickels to it or doing something weird, you just use a Torx bit. It's the same thing, it will catch it. It will catch. Let's get these bars off that are mangled. Get this triple tree off. Ooh. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna be wheeling this thing around. It's just gonna go straight in the it's gonna go straight in the back of the truck when I'm done. Kind of mad. I spent $30 on a new key for the gas tank, for the ignition, and for the seat latch, when I could have saved $30 by just buying this first, or finding this first. I will be putting those pod covers back on probably after I get this triple tree fixed. Not fixed, taken out. I'll probably throw a tarp over this because I don't want it to be getting wet because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, even though I haven't really done anything to it. But let's get these triple trees, let's get these bars off, see how easy it's going to be to take the triple tree off as I lose my Torx bit, because I'm not using the right tool, because I'm a tool. Oh, now you gotta play find that bit. Or you just grab another one because you're lazy. That one works. That works. That works. Save these. Flip those. Probably gonna need these. So I might take this off as well. I could. Keyword could. Am I gonna do that now? Probably not. Do it later. See how easy this triple tree is gonna be. Oh, that key ain't coming out. That key ain't coming out. Where did I put my socket? Let's take this off. I don't know if I haven't. Do I have a ratchet big enough for the stem? Might not need it. It's just a triple tree. Now I know I gotta take this ignition off because it is attached to the triple tree, which is why I need a new one, because when the FZ1 in the garage got stolen, these nice gentlemen who stole it broke the ignition off the triple tree. And to break the bike lock, your handlebar lock, because that's normally what, you know, thieves like to do, is break stuff so when you find it you can't fix it. I don't know what the hell size that is. I don't know if it's a... Hello? Flashlight? That goes there. What the hell is going on here? I might have to sawzall these off. I don't think I have a socket big enough to get that off. At least with me right now, I do not. Let me save myself some time and look. Oh, I could do it that way too. It should just pop off. It should. Keyword. Should. How do I want to do this? Let's take these stems off real quick. See how tight these are. The risers are, not stems. I call things by the wrong parts. You guys will notice. I'll call it a whatchamacallit, a doomahickey. I don't know. It's a learning process. Jeez. That socket was on there. I'm going to tell you a tip too. As you're going and making a mess, throwing tools around and getting aggravated and finding that you're using the wrong length, you should be using a shorter length, and throwing stuff around and trying to get what you need, put stuff back. It's a lot easier. I might have to put the breaker bar on this thing. Oh no, I don't. It's a lot easier to clean up as you go than 2 hours later when you're sitting there going, where is my 10 mil? And it, truly, if you're working on stuff and you don't have more than one 10 mil or a bucket of them, do you truly know what you're doing? Do you truly know what you're doing? That riser's messed up. Oh God. This riser's messed up. Look at that riser. I don't think it's supposed to be bent like that. You can bend it back, you'll be alright. I can go in the scrap bin. We might be good. I might be able to get this triple tree out. I might be able to. A little hammer. Little persuasion, I should say. We should be fine. Should be okay. Only thing that's worrying me is I don't know how to get this ignition off. So I might have to phone a friend to see how to get these bolts out. Because I don't know what freaking size they are or what the hell they are. A little bit of JB weld, that will go right back on where it's supposed to. We'll clean it up, JB weld the crap out of that on there.
my neighbor's home, I might just sand it and give it a little tiggy tack. We'll see. Or I could be smart and put a little bit of clean it up real nice. Maybe punch these pop rivets out and rivet it back on to where it was. Oh, we'll figure it out. We shall figure it out. See, ADHD brain, like the best of us. Let's get this other triple tree. Let's get this other riser off the triple tree. And figure out how to take off this triple. And I'll have a triple for the new, well, new to me, motorcycle. Might just be able to spin the riser. Maybe. Let me change positions here. Get off my lazy butt. Oh, this one might be tough. Especially with all the throttle stuff in the way. Fun fact, this was made in June of 2002. The even funner fact is, I'll put a clip right here on how we took it off the back of my truck. I'm very glad my neighbor has a Kubota. He's got some machinery over there. And hooked a strap to it and took it off my truck and brought it in the backyard for me. Wasn't going to put it in the garage because it doesn't roll. It's got a broken rim on the back. So, did the smart thing and had him bring it back here on the back patio, which we never use. So I could wrench on it, steal the stuff I need to steal. How long is this bolt? This one's mangled so bad. This riser is bad, man. Holy crap. Spit pots. That's bad. That's really bad. I feel bad for the person that went down on this bike, man. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad it wasn't a fatality, but jeez. This bike is mangled. Mangled, mangled, mangled. Hydrate while we wait. Alright. Let's get these bars out of the way. Let's not knock over the camera. I don't know if this triple tree is going to come loose. Honestly, I've never messed with a triple tree, so I have no clue what I'm doing here. I don't know. It doesn't look like it. I might be able to get a bangy thing, a hammer, and just give this a couple little love taps and see if it comes off. Let's pry the cables loose. So then I can drop. Oh, I'm gonna need to take this off regardless. Let's go grab a screwdriver to take the plastic cap off. Let's take these switches off. Let's get rid of this zip tie. Zip tie. Clutch cable I can just drop. I mean the throttle cable I can just drop. screwdriver, Torx bit. I'm assuming it's going to be the 3 that I've been using all afternoon. That's a screwdriver tip, son. Let's take this throttle tube off. Oh, would you look at that? It just slipped right off. Let's take that. Leave all that connected. Should just be able to pop this. Yep. So pull. Oh, it's not going to pull. It's not going to pull out. That's what she said. Don't want to mess with that, really, to be totally honest with you. So we might just take these throttle cables out. Which way you want to come out, Bubba? Left, right, center? I probably will have one of my friends come over to help me put this carburetor in, because I'm, yeah, not the biggest fan of carbs. Not the biggest fan of trying to put carburetors in and take carburetors out and stuff like that. Taking them out's easy. I can rip anything apart. Most of us can. Most of us can rip anything apart. Most of us can rip a lot of things apart. It's not hard. Alright, let's take these out. Throttle cables are out. This can get... Take the grip off it, because grip's going in the trash. I need the tube. I'll keep the tube. You always keep the tubes. Let's run this way. Throw the bars down here. Get them out of the way. This. Alright. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. So, let's grab me a screwdriver. At least I know I have another starter cable, so that's good. Because I think, ooh, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll try that. I've been having a problem with that one in the garage. It doesn't start. But I don't know.
If I jump start it, it works. But here's the thing. I want to see if I plug this thing in now that I know where this goes. See if I can do it that way. On, off. Trick the system into seeing if that works. We'll try that in a minute. After we get this triple tree off. Triple tree, main goal. Again, I don't know how the fudgicles this comes off. Because I know it's bolted here. I just can't tell what the hell to take that off with. These are off, this is off. I mean, if the ignition comes with it, that'd be nice. I need to get a socket to get this off. I don't think I do, because I don't think that's on the triple tree. Let me go grab a hammer and give this thing a couple whacks. Try get a hammer and give this thing a couple whacks. I got a hammer and a block of wood. I don't know if this is smart, but I'm gonna give it a try. See if it comes off. Doesn't seem to be moving. Let me put my Alright, let me try this again.
One eternity later.
Grabbed a couple of big sockets that I had in the garage. Whatever size, it's not a 1-inch. It's not a 1-inch, and I think the only other biggest socket I have is a 1 1/4. Haha, whatever size that is, that works. Don't even know what size it is. I just grabbed a bunch to see what would work and what wouldn't work, and we found one. I don't even know what size socket this is. Let's take this stem off. What size is that? 1 1/16. Fun fact for the tree nut. Now I should be able to give this a couple little love taps and it should pop off. Keyword, should. Yeah. Now we're cooking with something. Now we're cooking. Meh. Meh. Should have grabbed a bigger hammer. It's just the first one I saw when I walked in the garage. Perfect. The key broke. All right, perfect. What the hell do they hold this thing in with? Ooh, I might have to press these out. They might be fine. Off. We're keeping these breathers. Keeping the ignition switch. Keeping the ignition thingy. Keep the top tree bolt.
I got a dumb thing. Let's see if I can keep these tops of the shock. I don't know if I can. Make a mess probably, but who cares? That is too big. That is a 1. You will not work, sir. What do we got on here? No. What size are you? A 15 millimeter. Maybe a 16? Yeah. I don't know if I can take these off. This is the question. Because the ones on my bike are bent to crap. They're all marred up and stuff. But I don't know how far they go down. They're probably the whole freaking tube. Yeah. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. Because I think that is that goes all the way down the tube. But the good thing is, we got a rear tire that's messed up. So I can probably steal the bracket off it to make a double. This goes here. I'm just gonna pop these pod filters back on real quick because it's starting to get dark. The other one's underneath my cart and I'm dragging it. It's already bent. It's fine. All right. So at least we got a gas tank off today. We got the wiring harness semi unclipped. I still got this one piece that I can't get the pigtail off it. And I think this radiator, we're gonna get the radiator off soon. That's the choke cable. That can just get shoved in there. That can get shoved in there for now. That's something. What is that? What do you go to? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We always do. We always do. I'm going to do the easier part. We're going to come back here. All right, so we're gonna come back here real quick. We're gonna take off this muffler. It's actually a really nice muffler. I forget what it is. It is a Whole Shot Performance by Dale Walkers. When I looked them up a couple weeks ago, when I got this bike, it's like a $300 $300 to $400 muffler system. This has duals, mine has a single, so I'm not really worried about it. I am gonna have to take off this rear set though, which is fine. It's probably gonna sell it anyway with Mountain Hardware. Actually, I don't even remember what the other side looks like. But it's fine. Everything's fine. so now at least I can get to this exhaust. Could have just took one off, but I'm going to take both because this is all going to get listed on Facebook Marketplace. And for all of you that really want to dig on the YouTubes, if you know, you know. Okay. That's good, that's good. That's actually a sick... I'm keeping this. That's actually sick. I need the Allen key that was on the back of that. Thank you very much. Let's see. It's going to be the T40 where I have no idea where it is. I think it's on the box. What's in the box? Alright. So that's sick. I wonder if that's going to bolt right into the other one. If not, we will be tigging some stuff. Ugh. That is sick. That's a sick custom job right there, if I say so myself. A little bit of schmutz, but it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna clean up nice. So that can go there, nice and gently. Still gotta get this stupid plug out for the taillight. This wiring harness, man. I have to take the whole damn bike apart. I don't want to do that. I'll do that off camera. I'm so mad that this one's all janked up. But it's okay. I'm going to take this side cover off. Take this side cover off again. Need to go to the other side and get my tools. This is not good. This is bent to shit. That's fine. That's not a big deal. Getting rid of it anyway, so it's just going to go on the scrap pile. It's going to be funny when I list it on Facebook Marketplace saying, hey, I have one left side, clutch side. I have one clutch side rear set for you. Well, where's the other one? Well, you see. For that, that's not a big deal. Side cover off, which is fine. This clutch might be no bueno, to be totally honest with you. You might actually have to buy a clutch. Might actually have to buy clutch. But I'm just glad this side plate is minty. What I'm real excited about is maybe making a second bracket for, yeah, look at how mint that is. Bike's gonna be black and red. Put that in the grass. Throw those in there. Throw the other ones in there so I know they go for the sides. Do I have a screwdriver? I always have a screwdriver. Because I have this in my back pocket. Let's take this off. Whew. Something was living in there. I don't have those for mine. Alright. So now we got more wiring harnesses that go down here. I know it goes down to the neutral safety switch that I need to take out, so that's fine. Neutral safety switch I have to do from the other side. We got to get the carbs off tomorrow, and we got to get a couple things done tomorrow. So, I mean, for the day that I had, for the hour, almost 2 hours I've been working on this, the wiring harness is almost fully taken off. We got a rear set off, we got the exhaust off, we got the triple tree off, gas tank off. The gas tank, I'm gonna finish draining it. I'm gonna have to take off the top of it. I'll show you how to do that. I'm gonna take the top off it because the key's not gonna come out of the ignition. So that's a problem. But I'll get that off. I'll put my old gas top on it so at least it has a key. Yeah. I gotta clean it up, make it look decent, put it on Facebook Marketplace. We got that for Facebook Marketplace. I'm not gonna put one rear set on Facebook Marketplace because that's hilarious. I'm just not gonna do it. I probably will take the other rear set off just to have, and I gotta look at this pipe. I know this pipe's, I might take this pipe off and keep the exhaust system itself and put the exhaust system on Facebook Marketplace, because the exhaust isn't that bad. It's just the mufflers. So I might take that off tomorrow, get that off. We still need to do the radiator, drain the radiator, take the radiator out. I might steal these I'm obviously going to steal the shifter. I might steal these pegs. And then after that, after I get the wiring harness out, the carbs out, the radiator, probably going to steal the brakes off it. The whole braking system I'm going to keep just so I have an extra. So I have an extra line. Probably take the radiator hoses off and all that good stuff. I forget what these things are called for the fuel system, but we'll probably take them off too to have. The fuse box is obviously coming with the wiring system. Tail lights, probably gonna trash that. But as of right now, I got pretty much everything I need off of. We're gonna have everything by tomorrow. I'll have everything I need off of this bike. It will be gutted and then go in the back of the truck with a bunch of scrap and go to the scrap yard. The motor's messed up. I got to pull that clutch. We're going to pull that clutch tomorrow to see how bad it is in there, because that whole side of the case is cracked. If you enjoyed this quick little video of me wrenching on stuff and watching my ADHD at its finest, hit the like button. You can subscribe if you want. If you don't, it's not going to hurt my feelings. But we will be back with another video of me finishing tearing this bike apart, taking the wiring harness out, the radiator off, the brake calipers, all that good stuff. Probably going to steal this rear sprocket just to have an extra one. Probably steal the front sprocket as well. We'll cut the chain off, throw it in the scrap pile. Like I said, we're looking pretty good for almost 2 hours of work. But losing daylight, so I'd rather clean up my tools while there's light. And then I'm going to start the garage project, so when we're working on the FZ in the garage, it's nice and clean and organized. We'll catch you on the next one. Don't forget, always be somebody's sunshine, be somebody's smile, be nice to others, and love who you love. Later.
Purple Dream.